Hi, Tracy Says, Tracy McElfresh here today, and I have about 10 pair of pants to hem, and I wanted to go over how to do pants that are slinky with movement when the fibers are really loose. Now, jeans are pretty stable and they're easy to cut, but look how easily these lines can get crooked. So what I like to do is on my cutting mat, go ahead and match up one of the lines and kind of just true up your pattern. Get it to where it's nice and even. Then I will take, for a wide leg, you're going to need a wider ruler. And then for a shorter leg, you can use a shorter ruler, although I like to use this ruler because I can put my chalk lines on it really easily. So for this one, I had a pin in where it was supposed to be, and I made a little chalk line, and then I made a chalk line on my ruler right here, how long it needed to be, and I measured their hem and how much their hem needed to be. So I'm just gonna serge the inside of the hem, so I don't need any to tuck in. So this amount was just fine for me. So then I go ahead and put my ruler down and I make a mark on this side, and then I go across to the other side, and there is the mark there. And then you can see it looks a little uneven because again it has moved. And so sometimes when they come hemmed just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down and just even up that curve because it's right there. There we go. Make sure both layers are even above this. The lines look pretty straight. And I'm just gonna fix that little tiny bit that was off right there. So, and then we can go ahead and do this one too. And you can see how easily it gets off just the slightest bit. And a lot of times they can be off as well when they come in with fast fashion. So I've got my two lines. I've already transferred my folding line to the back. I actually just held it like this, made a little line, and then I flipped it over and made a line. This is how I'm gonna keep these very loose, very fiddly pants straight. And then because a lot of these fabrics are kind of satiny, I am using serrated scissors to cut them so that they don't just press out. So my regular scissors, which are great, sometimes we'll see how it's moving the fabric. They're not grabbing it. So any silky, satiny, rayon, slippery, fiddly fabrics, you're going to want to use serrated scissors. And for this, I'm just cutting right above my line because I don't feel that it needs to be that big of a hem line. And then I'll take them over to the serger. I will serge both of these legs, and then I'll go back to the ironing board, flip it in at my line so I know it's even all the way around, and put a few pins in before I go back over to the sewing machine and sew them. So I've got a heap of work today. If you don't know me, my name is Tracy McElfresh. Tracy Sews. I am, well, I guess you're not going to be able to see me unless we do this, and I'm probably upside down. I'm located out of Kettering, Ohio, and let's see how much we can really mess this up. There we go. I'm located out of Kettering, Ohio, and it was probably more this way for YouTube. I have a studio here at Rosewood Art Center. I've been here almost a decade. I've been doing alterations for 2 decades before that. My mom didn't believe in buying anything new, so everything came from the thrift store back when the thrift store wasn't really cool in the 80s. And we would cut things up and re-sew things. My mom was a seamstress as well as my grandmother. My family's from Puerto Rico, and they love to sew. So they're very proud of me because sewing is really, really hard. You have to have a ton of skills. You have to know how to work with all kinds of different fabric, measurements, and if you're doing alterations, there's people's bodies and shapes that you work with, as well as the business side of it. So it's a lot of work, but if you love it, you love it. So that's it. Tracy McElfresh, Tracy Sews. Bye.